Hello YouTube people! Today I'm gonna show you my wizard deck that I copied by someone in the chat yesterday and start Tinker today. I played 2 leagues and I'm already 3-0 in this one I'm playing. You can see some of the games I will post later on this playlist. But without further ado, let's jump into the deck. There we are. There we are. So I'm playing 21 lands, one Not Aware, one Thundering Force as utility lands, and I'm playing also one Sink into Stupor. Those two lands are good because we can bounce stuff. There aren't many permanents you want to bounce, but someone is still playing Leyline, so I think it's probably worth to play those. For the 1-drops, we are playing the opposite for Preordain, 4 Tamillo, and 3 Bolts. And as flex slot, I'm playing 1 Spellsner. I think Spellsner is overperforming. No, I'm actually playing 2 actually, yeah. Because in the previous league I was playing 1, but this Spellsner is overperforming. Is good versus Nantuko, is good versus Ruby Storm, basically all the cards. And in general, it's a great card to have right now. So I'm playing 2. And I'm playing the new energy cards, Galvanic Discharge and Tune the Narrative. So while Tune the Narrative is not a great card, you have to say 1 mana draw card is not what you want to do in Modern. Galvanic Discharge is actually great, and you will see in the games, but it won me a lot of game already, and being able to kill like a Shieldred or a Yawgmoth is really useful, and also is another card that doesn't care about the graveyard. So this deck is a bit more tough to get hated because we just don't care about the graveyard, we don't care about the spells, so it's just a solid deck. And so I think turn narrative is something you kinda had to play to make a better discharge, especially in some matchups you really want to discharge for 4 or for 5. So I think is by far the worst card in the deck, but you have to. Then we have 4 counter spells alongside 4 snapcasters. I'm not sure 4 is the right number, but I think since it's week 1, I want to play with the maximum snaps. I will probably cut 1 at some point. I think the card is strong, but sometimes it's a bit clunky, and you don't want too many clunky cards in your opening hand because you're already playing a lot of free drops. I think you can play either 1 Borrower or 1 the Tishamatite Binder. I think it's something this deck can't really do. But for the free drop, I think I'm playing 4 Flame of Honor. This card is very strong right now because there are a lot of decks that plays artifacts, and also dealing 5 damage to creatures is important. And since you can do both types, both mods, is very powerful. Also because you can play Tamio on turn 1 and then flip it immediately on turn 3. This card really plays well with the deck, and I think in the format is starting to be strong. Also, like as a payoff to hold up free mana, you also play 2 Inverse Polarity. This card is great. You can check my Twitter daily to see which cards I stole with Polarity, but I'm ready. You will see in the videos. I think there are a couple of sweet spots. And also I'm playing a couple of Flare of Denial. This card, I was skeptical about it in the first place, but after playing with this a bit, it feels a very strong card, especially because you can, like, sacrificing a creature seems a big deal, but slowing down your opponent is great, and you can always keep up with card advantage and stuff. I'm really liking this card in this archetype. I would never play this in Murktide, of course, but in this deck is a strong card, and as I mentioned, you can always keep up free mana and play it as a cancel. As the last card, I'm playing a Force of Negation. This is a bit of a flex slot. I usually like the Force. Seems this metagame seems good for this card because you know Ruby Storm, but also other decks with the One Ring. So you can play a Sablet if you want, but this is a free slot. I like to play a 0 mana card. And of course, to win, you have to play Murktides. I think 2 is the right number. This deck basically wins with Tamiyo Ultimate or with Murktide, so I like to have 6 win cons. By the sideboard, I'm playing some Pepega cards, some cards I want to try. The cards I want to try are mostly Archmentor, and I'm playing Flusterstorm. Archmentor is mostly for Nadu, because it should be able to stop Nadu completely. Like they need to pay 2 mana each time they make an action, so it should be strong, especially versus the blue-green version. While Flusterstorm is mostly for Storm, but it can also be strong versus spell-based deck like Oreo. I'm not sure about those though. Then we have Concealed Memory, a very great card versus Storm, and good versus Eldrazi too. And decks with counters with colorless spells like I said it in versus Zoo, you will see, because it counters both the triggered ability from Leyline Binding and Sign of Draco. Then we have Brotherhood for artifacts and creatures, Scolding for small creature decks like Yawgmoth, Nadu, and stuff like that, like red-black Scum. 2 Harbinger of the Seas. I tried this card in the main, but I didn't really like it. But I think it's probably a fine card to have in the sideboard, because I'm thinking a lot of decks really fold on the Harbinger, and now that you have a bit more of counter spells, you can try to play it protected. And we have 2 Sableti. I'm not sure about the role of this card in the meta, but again, it's a 0 mana card, so I want to play it, especially in this deck, because you do a lot of card advantage with Tamiyo and Flame. So also it's just a good card versus Titan. I'm not seeing a lot of Titans, but I think it's decent to have. We will see later in the format. Then I have 2 Soul Guide Lantern for Storm, but also for graveyard decks, amalgam decks, stuff like that. Just a decent card to have. Also, you have to note that now some Storm decks play Flage in the sideboard, so it's another thumbs up for the Soul Guide Lantern. As a last card, I'm playing Magebane Lizard. This card is unbeatable versus Storm. Like I won almost all my matches versus Storm because I play this card and my opponent can't interact with it, so they can't really cast spells or chain spells. And then I win with the other annoying cards, so like Flare, Force, counter spells, etc. But like the Lizard is great. So this is the deck you will see in action. I think you will see also the previous version that I played Harbinger in the main. I played no Force, no Second Snare, and I was playing a different sideboard because I played the 2 leagues to realize this playlist, because in the first league I faced a lot of the same deck, and also like some players were really slow, so I just didn't like to stay and say nothing for 6 minutes while my opponent disconnects and reconnects. But I think this playlist will show you the power, the strength and the weaknesses of the deck. And we faced so I edited to face 5 different decks and 5 different archetypes, so hopefully you will enjoy. And if you like this video, make sure to check out the Patreon, where you can see decklist, sideboard guides, articles, and more content regarding blue-red decks. Check out me on Twitter. My name is Piemonti Andrea there, or Paigonti as you prefer. And also, if you mind, you can share this video on your socials. And yeah, that's it. So hopefully you will enjoy this playlist of wizards. So have a nice day.